အားလုံးပဲမင်္ဂလာပါ MT Movie က channel ကနေပြန်လဲကြိုဆိုလိုက်ပါတယ်ဒီကနေ့မှာတော့ရှင်ပညာကာရရဲ့ interview အပိုင်းတက်က session B ကိုဘာသာပြပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ဒီအပိုင်းမှာတော့ရှင်ပညာကာရဟာဗီယက်နမ်နိုင်ငံသားဖြစ်ပြီးဗီယက်နမ်နိုင်ငံသားအများစုဟာမဟာယာနကိုကိုးကွယ်လေးရှိပါတယ်ဒါပေမဲ့အရှင်ပညာကာရကတော့တရားဝါဒဗုဒ္ဓဘာသာကိုဘာကြောင့်ကိုးကွယ်ရလဲဆိုတာကိုဘာသာပြပေးမှာဖြစ်ပါတယ်ကဲတူတူကြည့်လိုက်ရအောင်နော်
Thailand, Burma, Sri Lanka, they're all very much Theravada Buddhist, like 99.9%. Whereas Vietnam, you take a teacher like Thich Nhat Hanh, one of probably the second most well-known monk in the world. He was a Mahayana monk, but he would translate Theravada texts and your life, you ordained into the lineage of Vongsarakkhita, who is the founder of the Vietnamese Theravada Sangha. And your life is very much Theravada. You made that choice, but also a lot of people have in their minds this idea that Theravada is very selfish. You're going off to live in the forest and practice for your own arahant enlightenment, whereas Mahayana is very much thinking about others and very public, focused. And I think your pilgrimage recently is a interesting, combination of both of those. But I'm curious if it was intentional that you chose Theravada. Were you raised in Vietnamese Theravada, or how did you decide to go that direction rather than Mahayana?
In Vietnam, I didn't even know that we are Buddhists. Most of the Vietnamese family, we claim that we are Buddhists, right? Most of the Vietnamese family. But we are not really Buddhists because we don't know anything about Buddhism. Right? We just knowing that we go to the temple and then paying respect to the Buddha and then with the incense and then asking for, good health, prosperity and everything like that. But we don't even know what's the Buddha taught about or how to practice meditation or anything like that. So we claim that we are Buddhists, but we are not. To be honest. Okay. So back then in Vietnam, my family is same with every other families that we worship ancestors. We only worship ancestors. And that's all we know. Okay? I didn't even know that, who's the Buddha and how he looked like or what is the temple and what the temple looked like. I didn't even know. Until I came to the United States. This is when my Buddhist begins. It's because it started out with fun. Okay, my friends' school, when we go to school and they join the Buddhist youth every Sunday. And that is when they ask me, oh, go ahead, go to the temple and, join the Buddhist youth because it's fun. We have camping and we learn Morse code and semaphore and everything like that. And so it's going to be fun, And then by that time I say, okay, then I want to join because staying at home without knowing anybody or going anywhere is also boring. So I joined the Buddhist youth and then learn semaphore, Morse code, and then join with some camping, summer camping and things like that and learn. And then I got promoted to be one of the leader. And so Buddhists started out from me is directly to Theravada, right? Because in Vietnam, mostly Mahayana, in Vietnam, mostly, everywhere. But somehow where I live, where I raised up, there's not temple or because my family is also have to work to raise the whole family because my family is a large family. I have 10 brothers and sisters. I'm the youngest one. Okay? So I really didn't know how my parents can raise all 10 brothers and sisters like that. Their kids, they can raise them all. And so because of a busy life, that's why we didn't go to the temple or anything. Or maybe it's the temple is far. And so we move around from Dak Lak is where I born. We are Hue Central, okay? We from central of Vietnam, which is Hue City. And then when they went to Dak Lak, is one of the city, the state. And then I was born there and then moved to Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu. Moved to Bà Rịa Vũng Tàu, and then from there, this is what I still remember when I was still young. My parents and brothers went to work, and then I stay home alone. In front of the highway, we live by the side of the highway. There's one monk, Theravada monk wearing a red robe, just like my teacher. He go for arm round. Okay, he goes for arm round, and he stopped in front of my house. And then when he stopped there, and I didn't even know who he is and what he's doing. And a kid, and I just think that, okay, then I need to offer him something. So I went inside and scooped one scoop of rice. Not the raw one, rice. And I run out, and then he opened his bowl for me to offer it. And I pour the whole cup of rice, raw rice, into his bowl. And then I will run in to put away the can. And I rushed to run out again, and I didn't see him anymore. That is only one way. It's a highway. Okay, he walked that way straight. But when I rushed to run out again, I didn't see him anymore. And then later, I asked my brothers who lived there for a long time, my brother and sister. They say that there's no Theravada temple there. Around us, there wasn't one Theravada traditions. And I really don't know and didn't know who he is and where he's from. But that image of offering to the Theravada monk is stuck with me for a long time until I came to the United States. And then the day when I met my teacher, he wear the same robe. Everything the same. Okay, that reminds me of that incident when I offered to the monk in Vietnam back then when I was really young. And I think that is the sign to brought me to Theravada, and just purely straight to the Theravada. I didn't learn anything about Buddhist at all before that.
Thank you, Bante.
အဆုံးထိကြည့်ရှုပေးတဲ့တယောက်ချင်းစီတိုင်းကျမ်းမာပျော်ရွှင်ပြီးပြည့်ပြည့်စုံတဲ့ဘဝများကိုပိုင်ဆိုင်နိုင်ကြပါစေ။ MT Movie Recap Channel လေးကိုလည်း Subscribe လုပ်ပေးခဲ့ဖို့တောင်းဆိုပါရစေ။အစ်စ်သူကတော့ MT ပဲဖြစ်ပါတယ်။အားလုံးကိုကျေးဇူးတင်ပါတယ်ရှင်။